welcome back to Let's Talk and happy December, my birthday month. Every year when December 3rd comes around, I slow down and check in with myself, what I've lived through and what I've learned and who I'm becoming. And now I'm 44. That number still feels unreal to say, like I blinked and suddenly landed here. Because when I look back at the girl I was, the teenage mom, the overwhelmed young woman, the version of me carrying pain quietly, I honestly can't believe how far I've come. Let me take you back for a moment. I became a mom when I was still a kid myself. No guidance, no stability, no roadmap, just instincts and survival mode. I stayed in relationships because I thought it was the right thing for my kids, even when it was hurting me and without realizing it, hurting them too. I trusted the wrong people. I stayed in situations I should have left sooner. And that's how life handed me three very different co parenting relationships. Something younger me never planned or expected. One co parent barely shows up unless it benefits them. Another turns everything into conflict and makes me feel like I'm the problem. And the third is a great teammate, someone who understands the importance of being consistent for the kids. And when it comes to my kids, this part sits the heaviest on my heart. Having three co parenting dynamics forced me to learn three different ways of parenting, all while trying to figure out who I was. And I can admit now, I didn't always get it right. There are things I wish I had known sooner, moments I wish I could redo with the wisdom I have today. Because mothers carry guilt for everything, even the things we have no control over. But what I know now wasn't what I knew then. If I could turn back the hands of time, I would have held my kids closer. I would have loved them differently, with more patience, more communication, and more emotional awareness. Not more love, but a different kind of love. But life doesn't give us replays, it gives us lessons. And now that my older kids are adults, I hope they understand this. I cannot keep blaming myself for every single thing that went wrong, and they cannot hold me responsible for their unhappiness now that they've grown. Healing is not just a mother's responsibility, it's theirs too. We all have to hold ourselves accountable. And I want them to know this clearly. I'm trying to be a better version of myself for my younger kids because I don't want them to feel the pain or confusion my older ones felt growing up. I can't change the past, but I can absolutely shape the future. I hope one day my older kids can meet me halfway with maturity and understanding and see that I truly did the best I could with the tools I had. Now, speaking of family, things have been complicated there too. Losing my dad changed me. I was pregnant when he passed, so I never got the chance to properly grieve. I swallowed the pain and pushed through because I didn't have any other choice. With my brother, we drifted because he was fighting his own demons. I couldn't carry his pain on top of mine, and I had to let that relationship breathe, even if it hurt. My brother and my sister-in-law are still living life on the edge, making choices I can't control, and holding mindsets I can't fix. And that's another lesson I've learned. You cannot make adults change if they're not ready. Even with distance, I still pray for them. I pray they grow. I pray they find clarity. I pray that one day our family can come back together with respect, boundaries, and emotional maturity we didn't have back then. Now, let me take you into something even deeper. There was a time in my life where everything felt so heavy that I questioned if I even wanted to continue. I didn't feel seen. I didn't feel understood. I didn't feel like myself. And yes, I had real thoughts of ending my life. Not because I wanted to die, but because I felt like I had disappeared. And then something unexpected found me. A Korean band, a member that caught my attention, a song that made me pause, lyrics that made me feel seen, translations that made me cry because they understood emotions I never said out loud. Their message about healing, accountability, and loving yourself shifted something inside of me. BTS didn't save my life, but they reminded me it was still worth fighting for. And that was the moment my healing started. The last 4 years have transformed me in ways I never expected. I went to therapy. I took self-help classes. I read books. I journaled, cried through all the hard parts, faced truths I avoided for decades. And slowly I learned how to choose myself. I learned that I'm not responsible for everyone's happiness. I learned I can't fix people who refuse to grow. I learned boundaries are not rude, they are necessary. I learned peace matters more than pretending everything is okay. And when I finally started choosing myself, some people left. But that showed me exactly who truly belonged in my life. And here's where I am today. I'm not rich, I still budget, I still stress. But for the first time in my life, I may be broke, but I'm happy because I'm actually living and not surviving. I help build a fandom community. I help strangers find friendships that feel like family. I planned events with an amazing team. I started this podcast. I've traveled to Thailand and Korea, something younger me would have never believed. I've met new friends. I've kept the ones who matter, and I'm excited for what's next. People will judge you no matter what you do, so you might as well do what makes you happy. At 44, I know this for sure. My only competition is me. I'm not rushing. I'm not comparing. I'm not living for approval. I'm just trying to be a better version of myself every year. And somehow, people now come to me for advice, comfort, and clarity. People tell me I inspire them. And maybe they connect with me because I'm not perfect. I'm real. Before I close this episode, I want to say this. I'm grateful for the friends who wished me an early happy birthday and for the ones who will be celebrating with me all month. Your love means more than you know. Thank you for being a part of this new chapter of my life. Here are a few reflection questions to end the year with. What did this year teach you? What boundary do you need for next year? Who brings you peace and who drains it? What are you ready to release before the year ends? What part of your story are you ready to rewrite? What do you want to forgive yourself for? And what choice can you make today that your future self will thank you for? Before we end completely, here's a song recommendation, 0 O'Clock by BTS. A reminder that no matter how hard your day was, midnight resets everything. You can start again. Until the next episode, let's talk again. Jayin yen.